Good morning. I'll do this one about jazz licks and their origins. There's a whole bunch of things. When I was learning, trying to play jazz, and I'd hear people play them. Some people call them jazz cliches, but I'm like, hey, well, yeah, what is that? So the first one came from the early 20th century. Was by a guy named Alphonse Picquet, who was a clarinet player down in New Orleans, and he took from a piccolo part of a John Philip Sousa march this, and you've heard it, and I first heard it by Charlie Parker, and I played it one night playing with some guys. One of the musicians said, "Hey, I heard that Charlie Parker lick." Later on, I said, "You mean this?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "No, actually, that came from Alphonse Picquet," and told him the origin of that. So, but everybody plays that. From Louis Armstrong played it. I remember in like a famous version he did of "Ain't Misbehavin'." Sidney Bechet played it a lot, and all the major clarinet players, if they played High Society, the song, they start it with the Picquet thing, then go into their own. But the basic High Society is. I'm not sure where it goes after that. I never did learn, but I learned that much of it, and I think that's the basic one. And people start it out, and then they do their own variations. So that's one. Just thinking of the guys like Lester Young had one thing he did, especially on Lester Leaps In. He used that a lot. That's in key of B flat in this case. We can take it up an octave. These things, I'll start off, I use them sometimes, and then I'll go into something else, to make a longer line out of it, like. Whatever. So, that's another one. Another one that I way overuse, and it's kind of a comedy one. I don't know what, when I play it, people kind of like smile. It's, anyway, to make a long story short, it's I call it the Tal Farlow lick. It's kind of got a diminished thing. So. Pardon my train wrecks. Another one that's got some diminishing in it, diminished stuff in it is I call it the Sidney Bechet, Wardell Gray, Dexter Gordon, Illinois Jacquet lick. Is this Illinois Jacquet, by the way? So it's got that. You can hear the diminished. You can just play it on the one chord. Playing those things, sometimes I'll combine different ones, like so. That I always call it the Herb Ellis lick because he's the first guy I heard play it, and somebody may have done that before, but. Another one is. I always call it the Dizzy Gillespie lick. You usually play that up-tempo things or when you're double timing, so. And actually, a friend of mine that I was playing with said, "Yeah, I heard you do the Roy Eldridge thing." I said, "What Roy Eldridge?" He said, "That, I said, I thought it was Dizzy." He said, "No, actually Dizzy was influenced by Roy. Roy's the first guy to do that." So that's another one. And you can take it and go in, somewhere else if you keep a long line going. for instance, that another one, you know, one of the first jazz licks I ever learned, hearing jazz like Jimmy Smith and stuff, guys would play. I don't know who did that first, but that's you know, like I said, one of the first ones I ever learned. You know, you can take that out, you know. That's another one. That's ages old. That's back in that Mozart had some of that kind of stuff going on. Another one, a majory thing, this is a Sidney Bechet lick. That's a B flat. E flat, 7th. So you can play it, you know, keep it going. I'm not sure if somebody did that verbatim, but that's kind of a Benny Goodman style lick. I heard Goodman play that, but then George Lewis, the New Orleans clarinet player, played that a lot. You know, you hear those actually in melody lines and stuff. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, one of the first basic dominant 7th bebop licks I kind of figured out was it's either F minor or B flat 7th, and you can, you know, take that and go from it, go elsewhere. While I'm playing that, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I missed, but I mean, there's 10,000 different licks you can play. Oh, another one from Louis Armstrong is actually a part of a melody line that he played. That's Strutting with Some Barbecue. Yeah, I've heard people quote that, and you can quote it in different ways, however you want to do it. Another one is this, I'll take it down to E flat. And this is not a jazz lick, this is when I've heard it in Mozart and Clemente and stuff. It's almost like a scalier thing, but you can do it anywhere. You'll hear that a lot. And then this one. Or just starting off like that. But that's also from way back. Somebody said one time that's a Charlie Parker lick, and then some other guy said, no, that's a Django Reinhardt lick. I said, no, that's like a Muzio Clemente lick. I'm not sure the origin of what piece he did, but that's where that was from too. But all right, I reckon that's it for today.